Hello, my name is Joanne Hewins, and I'm here to show you how to make a card by using masking. Several weeks ago with the color fusers, I posted this card, and I had several people ask me how I had made it. And so I wanted to share that with you today, and we'll get to it. Instead of making this exact card, I decided to change some of the colors so that they would go with the new color revamp and show you some of the new colors that we have. And so today for our card, we're going to be using gray granite, and we're also going to be using the balmy blue. We'll be using the soft sea foam, and then we'll also be using the grapefruit grove colors. So those are what we'll be using today to make our card. And just trying to see if I could see this online. This is all new to me, so we'll just see. Let me go ahead and start. My blog, by the way, is lovetocreate.typepad.com. I'd love for you to visit my blog, and let's get started. So the gray granite base is 5.5 by 8.5, and we're just going to fold that in half. And then I'll use my bone folder to burnish that and get a good crease. The next layer is the balmy blue, and that layer is 3 3/7 by 5 1/4. And I'll just put some tape on that. Now to put that on, I like to use my corners and help me to lay that down and hopefully get it straight. It doesn't always work, but sometimes. The next layer is going to be gray granite. It's 3 3/4 by 5. And we'll glue that down or tape that down. I'm going to do that with the same way with the corners and try to get that as even as I can. And then we're going to add the soft sea foam to the card. And the measurement for the soft sea foam is 3 1/8 by 4 3/8. So I'm going to try to center that. And that has our base ready to go. And we're ready to color in this to make our center of the card. So I'm going to start by using sticky notes to help me with this. And I'm just going to start off by, in fact, I think I'll lay this card here so we can kind of see what we did before. And I'm going to lay that down on one of the corners. Okay, and you can see it doesn't go straight across all the way, so I'm just going to have to piece that a little bit. I want to try to make it as straight as I can. And for these, I'm going to be using the sponge daubers, and I do have them labeled so that I can use those over and again with my colors. I'm going to start off with the grapefruit grove. Now this is the new pad. You're just going to come to the end where it has the groove there, pull up just like a compact, and push it back. Now you might notice that I took all of the colors strips from the back and I just put them all over the place. I decided it didn't matter if I couldn't read all those languages, I can see those colors and it'll help me know the kind of pad that I have. So I'm going to take the pad and I'm just going to add my color. And I'm kind of going in circular motion. I just want it to be kind of smooth looking. And I think that'll do for that one. And then for the designs, I'm using the same stamp set, and that's this one. It's the Love What You Do stamp set. And we'll be adding our different decorations using that. Okay, so I'm going to be using the Memento Black ink for that, and I'm just going to get my stamp and stamp on there, and then I'll do my designs. And what I'm going to do is turn this stamp around and do it in different directions and just kind of cover up that space. Okay, so that takes care of that one. So the next thing that I do is pull those up. You can see there's a nice straight line there. And I want to do my next section, so I'm going to do it here. But I don't want to get it up into that, so I'm now going to cover up that section, like that. And I'm going to make this section the blue. So once again, this is the Balmy Blue. I'm going to open it and push it in. And let me get the sponge dauber for Balmy Blue, and we're just going to color that in. Now my ink pads are new. They're pretty juicy, so this is looking pretty dark on there, even though these are part of the subtles. Okay, there you go with that. And then I'm going to add the little flowers from the Love What You Do stamp set here and there in this section. Okay, so that'll take care of that. So now I have these, and I'm ready to do my next one. I'm going to do that one just across this way, and that went all the way across there, but I still need to color these, or cover those. Now, I want my colors, I don't want white spaces in between my colors, so when I put down my sticky note, I'm going to put it where I can actually see just a tiny bit of that color. And then let me get another sticky note to hide here. Okay, and now I'm going to use my, actually my sea foam, soft sea foam. So I'm going to sponge in this area with the soft sea foam. You can see that this goes rather quickly. Okay, and then we're going to use another design in this area. Okay, we'll uncover these, and now we're going to add another color here, and once again I'll be covering up the old. I'm going to get that a little bit closer. Now we're using Grapefruit Grove again for this one. Now of course you can make this look a lot lighter if you wanted to. I'm just doing it dark. I keep adding the color. If you don't want it quite as dark, you wouldn't keep adding as much color. Okay. Now I'm going to use this one. Let's see. Oops, I think I got a little bit of black there. Maybe we can cover that up with a stamp. Yeah. I don't know if you ever get ink on your knuckles or not. I tend to do that. Okay, so there's that section. We'll take those off. And then we have one more section that we're going to do. You can see I just keep using the same sticky notes over again. And the last section that we're going to do is going to be the balmy blue. So I'll add that to this section. Okay. And that gets that. I see I've got a little bit of ink from somewhere on there. But hopefully that will work out okay also. And then we're going to use these flowers for this last section. Let's see if I can kind of cover that up. You know, stampers, we're always trying to find a way to cover up our mistakes, and I think we get to be pretty good at it. Okay, so there we are. We're finished with that part. We'll uncover and see what it all looks like now. And there we are. We've masked our different sections with our sticky notes, used our sponge daubers, and we've ended up with a pretty section for our, or layer for our card. We'll just add some snail to that. And I thought I had misplaced my card there for a minute. And then we're going to add this right in here for our card. Now, for the greeting, the hello that is here is from the Varied Vases stamp set. This is one of the $1 Million winners that Mary Fish did. I hope it's not glaring too much. And we're going to use that hello. We're going to stamp it in the balmy blue on a scrap piece of Whisper White. Yes. And then we're just going to punch that out with our 1-inch punch. Okay, we've got that. And then for our ribbon on this one, this is the new black cord on this one, but I decided to use the new grosgrain ribbon. This one is in the Grapefruit Grove color. And we'll just do that. Now let me tell you that I just opened up this pair of snips, and I decided I wanted them to be my ribbon scissors. And so to help me to remember only to use these for ribbon, I added a piece of ribbon to the handle there. And that's going to remind me that these are just for ribbon, and it will keep them good and sharp for me to do my ribbon. Okay, I'm going to take a glue dot and add it here to secure my ribbon there. And then I'm just going to take another glue dot, and this time I'm going to put it in the center of my card. I'm going to go ahead and add that there. And then I'm going to use some dimensionals to put on this greeting. What I'm going to try to do is put the two dimensionals on each side here of the hello so that they'll fit over that ribbon. So I'm going to kind of try to remember where the hello is. And I'm going to put one here and one here. I have trouble sometimes getting these small ones off. If you ever do have trouble, use your piercer tool to help you. And then I'm going to put that right there. I think I need to trim that just a little bit smaller there. So there you go. We have the two different cards. They look very different, but done just the same. And let's work on an inside for this card. So I have a piece of Whisper White. It's cut at 3 3/4 by 5. And then I have another piece of Whisper White. It's 3 3/4 by 1.5 inches. And we're going to be decorating that just as we did the other. I'm going to go ahead and put a sentiment on the inside. This is still from the Love What You Do stamp set. Move that aside so I don't get ink on it. And we're going to go ahead and stamp that there. And then we'll do our little strip. We're going to do it the same way that we did the other. So I'm just going to mask off part of this. I'm just going to use the very same sticky notes that I did. And we'll just use blue since I've got it here. We'll just do a little section of that. And we'll pick up one of the designs that we had and color that in black, or add that in black. And this is probably not the same design I used on the blue with the other inside of the card, but I don't really think it matters. There. So we have that. So we're going to lift that up and put it here. And we'll get one of these other sticky notes and add it in. And I think we'll do the soft sea foam for the next section. That went pretty quickly, didn't it? And let's do this. Okay, we'll bring in, oops. Okay, we'll cover this up and bring in I think we'll do it this way. The Grapefruit Grove. Get that section colored in. We'll get a different design. And stamp on that. There we go. And then for the last section, oops, I got a little bit of black down in there. Hopefully that won't look too bad. We're going to do the Balmy Blue again. And let's add in this. Okay, and that should be all of our little strip. Okay, you might take into account that after a sticky note's been used a while, it gets kind of dirty and it might be easy to spread some of that color, so I probably should have used some cleaner sticky notes for part of that. Let's add in the this strip to our card. Now, use your graph paper or your grid paper to help you to get those straight. So I'm going to put this straight along here, and then I'm going to figure out about where I would like it. Oops. And then I want to make that go all the way across to that same line, like that. Okay, we're ready to add this inside the card. So we'll put that in. Oops, don't stick. Seeing I got a little bit of blue there. It's live, you know. So here we go. Here are our two cards. We have this one. This is done in Emerald Envy and Perfect Plum that are going to retire on May 31st. And then this is the Flirty Flamingo. We get to keep Flirty Flamingo. And then over here we have used Gray Granite, Balmy Blue, Soft Sea Foam. And then we've also added in some of the Grapefruit Grove. So there are the cards. I hope you enjoyed seeing how to make that. It's not very hard at all. I would love for you to order some of these products from me. You can go to lovetocreate.typepad.com to go to my blog, and I will put a link to my store when I download this to or upload this to YouTube. I'll have a link to my store there. Please, I would appreciate it also if you would share this with your friends if you think that they would be interested. The stamp sets that we used today were Love What You Do. It's on the pre-order or the early release. And then we also used the Varied Vases, the Hello from Varied Vases. Thank you so much for joining me today. I do appreciate it. I hope that you enjoyed my video, and I hope that you'll try this. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.